Good morning. So we're here at one of the birds that has the flapper piece that's broken off. So we got to get that off. Um, I was doing some research last night and discovered that the internal pieces that allow the bird to rotate, there's 3 washers that sit in that mechanism, and those washers deteriorate over time. And as they do that, the bird quits rotating. And so I'm going to take a couple of these apart and see if those washers are indeed there. And I've already found the parts. So we'll take those apart, and if we need to, we'll get some parts ordered and go from there. All right. Okay, so we're gonna put a crescent wrench down here, and then I'm gonna put an adjustable wrench down here. Oh, those are on there pretty tight. So one of the things that I saw last night is when you're replacing these with the new ones is to put some pipe dope in the threads so they don't get, so they're a little easier to take off next time. All right, so that comes out. And then somehow this piece comes out as well, and I'm not quite sure how that happens. I don't know yet. So we'll just have to work on that. But that's what it looks like. Okay, so I'm back in the shop, and I've already taken one apart, and so I'm going to show you how to take this apart. So I put a little holder there, and then this piece unscrews, supposedly. Ugh. Ooh, well, that other one did. Holy smokes. Okay, so we're going to do some TV magic here. So this is the other one that I just put back together. So this unscrews. This piece right here unscrews. And this assembly comes out, and there's a flat washer and then a gasket right here. And then a spring, and then the stub comes out here. And then there's another washer, flat washer, and then a washer. So that's how that works, and that's how that, so this sits down inside of the leveler. Oops. Then that goes back in there. And then this spins around on that. Pretty neat. So there's this adjustment here, which regulates the amount of flow going through here. So we're going to go in and adjust these. You can also adjust these nozzles. So depending on how much flow rate you want out of these, you can adjust these. So I'm going to go through on mine. I'm going to adjust all of these to go in to restrict, or sorry, to pull them out to allow more water to come through, to hopefully put a little more oomph on this flat piece, so it'll turn a little better. I'm also going to go put some lubricant on here inside of this and see if I can also get that to spin a little better on the other ones. Okay, so we're down at the side roll. Other names for it is the wheel line, depending on what part of the country you're from, but I have split every joint from all the way down there, down here to this last one. And what we're doing, as you can see, they got held in with this silicone RTV stuff, I don't know. Some of them didn't even have a gasket. This one has some weird funky gasket. I've never seen that before. And so I've been replacing them with the new gaskets, you know, if they need them. Obviously I'm going to put a new one in here because that's an oddball. And then I've been scraping out all of this junk all the way through here because it's hardened, and it's what I believe is happening is it's holding back just a little bit the two pieces of metal, so water it's not getting properly sealed, water's slipping by. So I've been scraping all that. I can't do this holding the camera, so I will show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, here it is with all the silicone stuff scraped off. We got it cleaned up as best as I could. And then I'll put some grease in it and put the gasket back in. And then on this side, cleaned up this flat surface so there shouldn't be any anomalies on it. She made up pretty nice. And then also in here, I just adjusted the drain valves so they're tight against the metal there. So, all right, I'm gonna put some grease in here, and then I'll put the O-ring back in, and then I'll show you what that looks like before I put these two sections together. Well, I went through, lubricated everything, and I've got the pressure turned off now. I turned the pumps back off. But basically these guys, they didn't turn around in circles, so it didn't help. So my next thought is there's a spring at the top that provides tension to the arm that you know, disrupts the water flow, and those could also potentially be worn out. Also, the spring pieces at the bottom, you know, that I tried lubricating could also be worn out. And so my next thought is, instead of trying to jerry-rig it, is to just put new birds in. I looked online, be a couple $100 to replace the birds. They'd all be new, functioning. I can adjust the nozzles because I think the nozzle is too big, and so I'd like to go down a size anyways. The nozzles are like, I don't know, 50 cents a piece. So I'm gonna do that and get these replaced. Hopefully I can get them in within the next week, and we can shoot for next weekend to, hopefully have these birds turning around in a circle. I kind of hate to do it, but you know, if they're worn out, I don't know how long these birds last for. You know, if they're only good for a couple of seasons, then they're past their prime anyways, because this system is 6 or 7 years old, and so that could make sense why they're not doing what they're supposed to. But you know, the highlights that I see here is we got water all the way down the pipes. We got good water coming all the way out, so we know we don't have a water problem. It's just the mechanics of how those birds go in circles. So that's the next logical thing that I can think of to get those replaced. So look forward to part 4. Well, I guess this would be part 4, and then I'm gonna call part 5 as hopefully the finale of hooray, we got it working and alfalfa's going in. So look forward to that. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Like and subscribe. Bye.